After its publication in 1948, George Orwell's 1984 was banned in the USSR because of its controversial topic of communism, and because it seemed as though Stalin was being made fun of. War is peace, freedom is slavery, ignorance is strength. He took a 25-cent piece out of his pocket. There too, in tiny clear lettering, the same slogans were inscribed, and on the other face of the coin, the head of Big Brother. Even from the coin, the eyes pursued you, on coins, on stamps, on the covers of books, on banners, on posters, and on the wrapping of a cigarette packet. Everywhere. Always the eyes watching you and the voice enveloping you. Asleep or awake, working or eating, indoors or out of doors, in the bath or in bed, no escape. Nothing was your own except the few cubic centimeters inside your skull. The sun had shifted round, and the myriad windows of the Ministry of Truth, with the light no longer shining on them, looked grim as the loopholes of a fortress. His heart quailed before the enormous pyramidal shape. It was too strong. It could not be stormed. 1,000 rocket bombs would not batter it down. He wondered again for whom he was writing the diary. For the future, for the past, for an age that might be imaginary. And in front of him there lay not death but annihilation. The diary would be reduced to ashes and himself to vapor. Only the thought police would read what he had written before they wiped it out of existence and out of memory. How could he make appeal to the future when not a trace of you, not even an anonymous word scribbled on a piece of paper, could physically survive? The telescreen struck 14. He must leave in 10 minutes. He had to be back at work by 14:30. Curiously, the chiming of the hours seemed to have put new heart into him. He was a lonely ghost uttering a truth that nobody would ever hear, but so long as he uttered it in some obscure way, the continuity was not broken. It was not by making yourself heard, but by staying same, that you carried on the human heritage. He went back to the table, dipped his pen, and wrote, "To the future or to the past, to a time when thought is free, when men are different from one another and do not live alone, to a time when truth exists and what is done cannot be undone. From the age of uniformity, from the age of solitude, from the age of Big Brother, from the age of double think, greetings." He was already dead, he reflected. It seemed to him that it was only now, when he had begun to be able to formulate his thoughts, that he had taken the decisive step. The consequences of every act are included in the act itself. He wrote, "Thought crime does not entail death. Thought crime is death." The main theme or lesson in this book is a corrupt political system, in this case communism. The government has become so powerful that it is able to take away human rights. It's so powerful that the people who live there are no longer able to think for themselves. George Orwell wrote this book in 1948, a time when people were very scared of communism. He wanted people to be aware of what might happen in the future if we started drifting towards it. I don't think any book should be banned. All books were written for a reason, and we can learn from things past and present from what we're reading. This book shouldn't be banned or censored because it doesn't really have anything to ban or censor in it. Communism is a real thing, and people should know about it, even though it's not what our political system is.